YouTube, Beast Smokehouse back here with you, and today I think we're going to be frying up some catfish. Used to have catfish pretty regularly in my childhood. Had it more ways than just fried. However, today we're going to fry some catfish. When I think about some of those things that I used to have in my childhood, catfish remains a constant, right? There are certainly ways to do it wrong. There's a lot of ways to get it right. I've cleaned up some of these catfish fillets. These were purchased at one of my local stores. They were thawed as of they were frozen as of yesterday. I went ahead and thawed them out, right? Beautiful, got some nice sauce to them. I'm not going to cut these down. I'm going to fry them as fillets, right? So I like to start my catfish out by submerging in a mixture of buttermilk, hot sauce, just a little pickle juice. Real simple recipe. Like I said before, there's many ways to do this. It's not one way. We're going to get a little salt in here. The salt's going to help to firm up these fillets. We're going to go in with a little black pepper. We're building layers of flavor. You'll see in my dredge and then the moisture I use, there will be flavors throughout. I'm going to give this a good mix. You have to, not really, because this dredge is what I'm getting ready to make. Will distribute that seasoning, right? And then go nothing too crazy, it's a real simple recipe. Follow along, right? So now, get my hands rinsed. We're gonna go in with I got some Frank's Red hot sauce, right? I'm gonna cap that off with some pickle juice. These are some homemade pickles. These fillets are gonna sit in this brine for an hour or two before I get ready to take them out, dry them off, hit them with some nice seasoning, maybe a little mustard, and get them fried off. Real simple. Sometimes the most simplest dishes, people can overcomplicate them. We're going to be bringing some big flavor in here. Let's get in here and get this mixed. Now, I don't want to let this catfish sit in here all day, but I do want to absolutely bring some deliciousness, some juiciness. Keep these fillets quite tender, right? So I'm going to submerge this, and then we're going to put this bowl into my fridge, right? This will stay here in this bowl probably for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. That buttermilk is bringing some acidity, if you will, some sourness, and it also is going to act as a binder. Buttermilk helps to tenderize things, and it helps bring some extra flavor. So this is going to sit in here. You can smell that pickle juice. You can smell that hot sauce. So this is just another layer of flavor to this catfish. Stay tuned. I'm going to get this in the fridge. I'll bring you guys back when I'm getting ready to get this in the dredge. I'll put that dredge together and show you what type of oil we're going to be using today. Stay tuned. Alright, let's get our dry dredge ready. I use a plastic bag. There are many different contraptions on the market you can get to batter chicken and shrimp and fish. But today I've got the fancy Ziploc bag. My dredge is going to consist of flour, let's call out about a good 2 cups. Then now we're going to go in with some cornmeal. That's right at a cup. And I also like to hit it with some baking powder, not to be confused with baking soda. This is going to ensure that everything stays crispy. Alright, then now we'll start going in with our seasonings. Of course, has to make an appearance. Remember, the only thing I've done to the wet dredge is put in salt and black pepper. This stuff is really good. All right. pepper. And then cap it off with a little bit of salt. So we want to make sure we have a flavorful batter for the fried fish, fried catfish. Going in with a little bit more. It looks a little bit. It wouldn't be enough. Only got about 6 to 8 fillets. I'm gonna give it a shake. And this is our dredge. Now, the secret to what I found frying fish, keeping everything crispy, is to also keep everything cold. Here is my fish. I will start getting this in a dredge. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. I'm gonna get it back on a rack. And into the fridge for the next 5 or 10 minutes while I prepare my oil. Stay tuned. Alright, got one of the fillets in here. Dredging process is pretty simple. Again, I knocked off a bit of that buttermilk mixture that was in the dredge. And now we're just simply coating. Alright. Goal is to make sure that the whole fillet is coated. Use that liquid to do so. That coating, we're gonna get it on the tray. We're gonna throw another piece in there. This is the last one I'll show on camera. I'll turn you guys off, get the rest of these coated, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, today we're rolling with peanut oil. I've got this about a quarter of the way full. I'm gonna go ahead and get my fire started. And we're going to roll on a low medium to medium heat. So I'm looking at temperatures of 350. It's going to take a little bit to get there. So I'll bring you guys back when I'm getting ready to drop the first piece of fish. Stay tuned. Alright, it's about that time. I've got my peanut oil here. It's temping around 325 to 350. I do expect the temperature of this oil to drop when I put this cold fish in here. Fish has been relaxing in the fridge for the past 20 to 30 minutes. Let's get started. We're going to fry 1 or 2 pieces at a time. I am looking for the color to be golden brown and delicious. This is how I will know to start checking temp. If at any time I smell any burning, I will back down my temperature. Right now, I have been backing it down since I do suspect it's gonna go ahead and shoot over that 350, right? So let's go ahead, let's start off with 2 small pieces. So I get it in and lay away. Next piece, I get it in and lay away. The rest of this fish will go back in the fridge until it's ready to be cooked. Not much to see. I will bring you guys back when I'm getting ready to pull these fillets out. Stay tuned. Alright, we're going on about 10.5 minutes. As you can see, we still got some bubbling action, but it has actually calmed down a lot. I'm confident with this being done. Plus, I love the color that I've gotten on this. I don't want it to get any darker. So we're going to go ahead and drain the excess grease off. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? That cornmeal does wonders. I'll tell you this as well. I've done this with just flour. I've had a lot of batter fall off in my grease, which leads to burning and a few other things. It makes your fried items, specifically fish or chicken, not have the best taste. So we're gonna go ahead and also come in here and get a lot of this stuff out. There's not much that fell off that fish. That's what I'm going for. Now I'll go ahead and get 2 other pieces in. I'll bring you guys back when I'm getting ready to put a plate together. Stay tuned. All right, so we're approaching 8 to 10 minutes on these. Just cut my timer off. I like the color that we have. They are absolutely crispy. Love that part about it. Off camera, I did go ahead and make some homemade tartar sauce. One of the main tips whenever you're frying food, especially, you know, catfish, if you got some thicker than normal pieces, or if you got some chicken pieces, whenever you go ahead and pull your proteins out of this hot grease, give it a few minutes so this grease comes back up to temperature before you drop any other proteins off in that grease. Right? That allows a few things. It'll let that grease come back up to temp, and two, it'll make sure that your grease is at a temp where your breading doesn't fall off. Now, I did myself a favor by using a lot of cornmeal in my particular breading. However, you can see we got some great color. These two are lighter right now, but they will darken up like this. They are absolutely crispy, which is one of my favorite parts. You can hear that crispness. Stay tuned. I'm gonna drop my last two pieces, and then I'm gonna bring you guys back for a taste test. Finished product, taste test coming soon. YouTube, Beast Smokers back with you. Here's our finished product. This is a catfish fillet that I took out. I made a wet marinade of buttermilk, hot sauce, homemade pickle juice. Set in there for 3 to 4 hours. Actually, I'm sorry, it was 1 to 2 hours. Pulled them out, dried them off a bit, and then I got my dredge ready. Dredge consisted of cornmeal, flour, and a host of seasonings. I dredged these, then put them back in the fridge. After sitting in the fridge for 20 to 30 minutes, I then got my peanut oil ready. Once the peanut oil came up to temp, we were cooking in between 325 and 350 degrees. During that time, I went ahead and put me a homemade tartar sauce together. Let's give this fish a taste so I can sit down and eat. Is that tartar sauce? I'm going straight in. Fish is definitely flavorful and crunchy. I'm getting that salt, that pepper. Get a lot of freshness from this tartar sauce. Fish is done all the way through and still holding together, crunchy. I gave out some tips as far as frying goes. Keep everything cold. You don't have to worry about your batter falling off, and it's still crunchy. Now this is one of the first pieces that I cooked, and it's still holding its crust. Can you see that? Let's take another bite. Fish is tender, done all the way through. Got nothing but time, guys. Go buy some catfish fillets, or better yet, get a whole catfish and break it down. Fry up your own catfish. It's the best fish you could ever get. How do you like your catfish cooked? Are there any other preparations that you like? If so, put them down in the comments below. Until next time, Beast Smokehouse out.